The devil's footprints. The night. Something walked across Devon. Imagine waking before sunrise on a cold February morning in 1855. The world outside is silent. A thick blanket of snow covers the fields, rooftops, and roads of Devon, England. Every step a person takes leaves a clear mark. Every animal that passes can be easily identified. But on this particular morning, the people of Devon would discover something that has never been fully explained. This is the story of the devil's footprints. It was the night of February 8, 1855, when a powerful snowstorm swept across the county of Devon. By morning, the storm had ended, leaving behind a pristine layer of untouched snow stretching across towns and countryside. As people stepped outside to begin their day, many immediately noticed a strange line of footprints. At first, it seemed like the tracks belonged to an animal, but the more they looked, the stranger they became. Each print resembled a cloven hoof, almost like that of a goat or donkey. They were evenly spaced, as if whatever had made them had walked on 2 legs rather than 4. Even more unsettling, the footprints traveled in a perfectly straight line for mile after mile. Word spread quickly from village to village. Soon, reports poured in from places miles apart. The tracks had been seen in Exmouth, Topsham, Dawlish, Teignmouth, and numerous farming communities throughout Devon. Some estimated the trail stretched more than 40 miles. Others claimed it may have covered nearly 100 miles. The mystery only deepened as investigators began following the tracks. Instead of stopping at fences, the footprints continued over them. Instead of turning at rivers, they appeared on the opposite bank. Witnesses claimed the tracks crossed frozen streams, climbed onto rooftops, passed through enclosed gardens, and continued beyond walls several feet high. In some places, they appeared to begin and end without explanation. Farmers insisted no ordinary animal could have crossed the obstacles in such a way. One homeowner claimed the footprints approached the wall surrounding his property. There were no signs of climbing or jumping, yet identical tracks appeared inside the garden before continuing out the other side. How anything entered remains a mystery. Fear spread rapidly across Devon. Remember, this was Victorian England, a time when many people deeply believed in supernatural forces. Some residents refused to leave their homes. Churches filled with frightened families praying for protection. Ministers gave sermons, warning that evil walked among them. Before long, rumors began spreading that the footprints belonged to Satan himself. Thus, the legend of the devil's footprints was born. Local newspapers covered the phenomenon extensively. Naturalists, hunters, and police officers all attempted to explain the tracks. Some believed they were made by badgers hopping through the snow. Others suggested rabbits. One theory proposed that mice had traveled beneath the snow, creating unusual impressions as the snow melted. Another claimed an escaped kangaroo from a private estate had wandered across Devon during the storm. While interesting, each explanation quickly ran into problems. None could explain the enormous reported distance. None explained why the footprints appeared to cross rooftops. None explained why they maintained such regular spacing, and none accounted for tracks that reportedly crossed wide obstacles without interruption. As the weeks passed, the snow melted. The footprints disappeared forever. But the mystery remained. Over the following decades, historians searched through old newspaper archives, personal journals, and eyewitness accounts. Some researchers argued that the newspapers exaggerated details as the story spread. Others believed several unrelated animal tracks may have been combined into one sensational mystery. Skeptics point out that eyewitness testimony can become unreliable, especially when fear influences what people believe they see. Yet supporters of the mystery argue that too many independent witnesses reported remarkably similar details. Hundreds of people claimed to have seen the tracks. Many had nothing to gain by inventing such a story. Even today, researchers cannot agree on what truly happened. Was it an unusual combination of weather conditions, a misunderstood animal, a series of exaggerated newspaper reports, or did something unknown really walk across Devon during that snowy February night? More than 170 years have passed. No explanation has ever been universally accepted. The Devil's Footprints remain one of Britain's oldest and most fascinating unsolved mysteries. Perhaps somewhere beneath that blanket of snow was a perfectly ordinary answer that has simply been lost to history. Or perhaps, for one cold winter night, something impossible left its mark upon the world. So now the question is yours. If you had stepped outside that morning and found those strange hoofprints leading past your home, would you have followed them? Or would you have closed the door and hoped whatever made them never came back?